It's time for
Oh, shut up. Seriously, dude. Shut up. All right, everybody. How y'all doing? It's Old School Nerd. We need to talk about the last 2 days. I mean, Jesus. Okay. We're going to talk about each day. We're going to talk about some of the stuff that I'm going to tell you guys here that I'm not going to reveal in any other ways. Also, just to let everyone know, all the concert footage, all the interviews, all the backstage frivolity, silliness, and ridiculousness, I'm going to post all of that on Patreon. So for all the Patreons, you're definitely going to see all that. I'm also going to be making about 3 to 4 videos, reaction videos to some of the stuff. Yeah, Raul, you were right. It's true, though. It was so true. Okay, so let's talk about Friday. We're going to start. I only want to take about an hour or so to talk about everything. If I can, try to keep it to a... yeah, it does look like Jack Black, but that's Eddie. That is not Jack Black. That is one of the baddest mother huggers on the planet, dude. That is no joke. The stuff he did last night, I don't see anybody doing that in New Orleans for any reason whatsoever and get away with it, but he did. Okay, but let's go back to Friday, okay? So, Friday night, sorry, I'm having my lunch. Friday night, we go to Baton Rouge, Chelsea and I. Caroline comes with us. You can see Caroline right here. And I will have pictures for you guys. They're downloading to a Dropbox. I have so many pictures that are on my phone, but I can't get to them to the computer just yet. So I'm getting them all in Dropbox. Yeah. I didn't know them when Mitch was the singer, but I'm sure he was amazing. But Eddie did a damn good job last night. Okay, so back to Friday. So Chelsea and I get in the truck. We go pick up Caroline at school. We bring her some clothes. We stop at the store. We pick up Raging Cajun t-shirts. Raging Cajun t-shirts for all the members, all the kids in Liliac. Got the girls some girl type shirts that Chelsea picked out. We got some masculine boy shirts for the guys. And I stopped at a local coffee house called Rev and picked up Papa Liliac 2 cases, one of Sumatran coffee and one of Ethiopian dark roast, just to make him happy. So we get to Baton Rouge, and the venue is the Basin Music Hall, which is downtown Baton Rouge. If you've ever been to downtown Baton Rouge, it is not like your regular downtown area, okay? It is all government buildings. There's no real restaurant areas, or there's few. But this old building, this old bar, has been converted to a music hall. Cool, that's great. The parking was bad, okay, but we got there. I dropped off Chelsea to go inside the building to see if she could find Liliac. You know, thinking, hey, you may have to go to the back and find them. You may have to ask somebody to find them or whatever. So, oh, you are getting previews of juicy stuff coming up. Yeah, okay, so again, as I'm telling you right now, there's going to be at least 2 videos from Liliac, multiple videos of suicide silence, and of Jinjer. That's coming up in the next few days. Also, please let me remind you, we have reactions this week. We have live stream tonight for D&D. We have another one tomorrow night. But more importantly, I want everyone to understand something. I cannot reiterate this enough. If you miss this Saturday stream, you fucking up. I'm just telling you now. If you miss this Saturday stream, you are fucking up, because there are 3 huge giveaways this Saturday for the live stream for the 1-year anniversary. Also, at least 2 major interviews of artists you have no idea right here on the channel. Okay. We brought I'm going to get back just to give you okay. When we went to Jinjer, they did not sign the vinyls, but that's okay. Whoever wins the vinyls gets autographed posters. Autographed posters. So, don't worry about it. We still got autographed Jinjer stuff. Okay, so back to the thing. It's gonna be probably okay. It doesn't matter when you come in, Rob. I'm gonna start the stream at 11 in the morning, my time, and I'm gonna extend it through the day. And we're gonna play games. We've got interviews. We've got videos. We've got a lot. It's gonna take hours. The thing is, it doesn't matter when you come into the live stream Saturday. If you qualify for a drawing, you're qualified. And if you have to leave to go to bed, like your name's Andre, hey, Sispit, what's up? You're there. There you are. Oh. Okay, so it doesn't matter what time you come in. Yeah, Andre. So if you have to go to bed, but you're here and you qualify for some of the drawings and stuff through games that we're playing, then awesome. If you have to go to bed, you might wake up and go, hey, dude, you won the Jinjer autographed album, or you won the main prize. I cannot tell you what the main prize is. Can't tell you. Because it would give away too much. Okay. Yeah, so either way. Here we go. I got me a Jinjer hoodie too. So that was cool. I also got this little VIP pass thing that can't really see. But anyway, it's all good. Yeah, Eugene knew who I was. He didn't recognize me at first because I was wearing a mask, and he had been signing all day. And okay, but let me get through Friday first. Let's. The way you qualify during the live stream is we're going to be playing games. I'm going to be playing Secret Word. I'm going to be doing trivia questions, and you're going to be answering them in the thing. Also, Patreon council members, you each get an entry automatically, so don't worry about that. But yeah, I have multiple levels, and on Saturday we're gonna have all that explained to you right at the beginning, and it's gonna be in the description. So you're gonna be fine. Don't worry. You don't have to worry about it getting all twisted. Don't worry. Okay, so let's get back to Friday. If I could just get through Friday, guys, then we can get over to the stuff from last night, which I know a lot of you guys want to know about. So we get to the venue. Chelsea goes inside, right? And Caroline and I are parking the car because I got my camera rig and all my stuff to do. And I said, did you find them? She said, they're setting up the stage and Melanie is setting up the merch. I'm like, what? So I get to the venue, okay? Papa Liliac is on the stage. Sam is on the stage. Justin's on the stage. Ethan's on the stage. Abigail's setting up her own drums. They're setting everything up themselves. and Melanie is helping a volunteer set up the merch counter. Okay, so there's going to be a video where I talk about. Thank you, Dr. Gonzo. There's going to be a video that I'm going to talk about how much these people that you see in this picture do. I mean, not the guy in the blue and the one with the beanie, but everyone else you see in this picture, how much they do. And that video is going to be a behind the scenes video. And I hope that people watch it and the Liliac fan base gets to see it. And I don't care. It's not about me. This video, I need to make this video. I was talking to one of the volunteers last night because he kind of hosted them in Louisiana, took them around, showed them stuff. And Blake, we don't have Blake's photo up because I couldn't find. Blake took a selfie with me and didn't send it to me. So, right? So anyway, hey Jonathan. So I'm working really hard. Once I get all this stuff done, I'm gonna make 2 really good Liliac videos. I want to do the interview and stuff and the performance stuff. That's gonna be fine. But there's 2 little videos that I need to make so that the Liliac fandom, the Fang family, really gets to get a tip of the hat to. Because I've never seen. I mean, I've been in a band. I've actually been on a mini tour through Texas before, and it was a lot of work. But when I tell you they bring you an amazing level show, like legit level concert show, and they do it all themselves, I have never seen anybody that from the time they leave the house to the time he puts his head on his bed works as hard as that man. Their dad. I've never seen it in a concert. I've been around bands where like the family or the manager or the members of the band, they kind of hang out. They do their thing. The manager kind of tells everybody what to do and the road crew does everything and they just do the rock star thing, right? No. Liliac travels with just the family and a few volunteers that follow them around and help them. The way they do it is they find amazing people. They find amazing people that love the band, love what they're doing. They're bought into it, and they volunteer around the country. So as they do these shows, these volunteers show up and help them like members of the family. And it is the most touching thing you'll ever see when you see how much these people love this family. They're not being paid. There was a woman who was working the merch counter, right? She made a bunch of crafts, necklaces, and she had stickers. She custom designed and printed herself, and she made these little bat plushies and all these things she made herself, donated to the band to help them raise money to build a studio in their house so that they didn't have to travel to record things. I'm like, she's not getting paid, dude. Volunteer, and she traveled to be there. Okay? So, and this went through the whole day. The whole day. And so I run into Chelsea. Blake is the name of the guy, right? With the sweater, the Liliac zip hoodie that we worked with at Friday, right? I met so many people. I met so many fucking people that rather than me, I mean, I know James, and the reason why I know James is because everywhere we would go, James would fucking walk around a corner. James talking to him would just be like, boom, I'm there. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? So, James, and so here's the thing. Mr. Jim, yes, that's right. Okay, Mr. Jim, okay. So, Blake, Mr. Jim, these guys, and even, look, James Talkington, you guys know James, right? He's the guy right here. This is James right here, okay? He went to the Liliac show, and was just hanging out in the crowd. And I saw him and he waved to me and he was kind of stalking Chelsea a little bit. I'm kidding. So, and I saw him and I said, that's one of my people. And he's like, dude, it's me. And I'm like, hey, James. So I brought James to the back so he can meet Liliac, and he met him and he's like, okay. James, this is what's really cool. This is one of my favorite things. Okay. Here's my favorite thing. Okay. So I have to bring Caroline home, right? Because it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. So I say bye to Papa Liliac, give the kids knuckle bumps and hugs. We leave. We go to Jinjer Sunday, and James is like, dude, I was there till like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, helping him tear down. James just said, I'll help you tear down. He helped Papa Liliac load the truck and the van and the trailer and everything. I'm like, good for you, James. Thank you. Okay, so Liliac, I do want to share a few things with you guys here, especially that are coming up in some of the videos. One of the videos I'm going to show you is just a kind of a little tribute to Justin, who's the youngest member of the band. This kid's 14 years old, okay? Now, I've seen a lot of people comment on their videos, and luckily for them, the Liliac fandom rips these people apart when they do it, but a lot of people give Justin crap. Like, they see him playing in videos, and he's just performing because they're doing a video. It's a video. So they think that he's not playing the keyboards, that someone plays the keyboard and he's just there to pose on the stage. No. No. I watched him. I got on the stage with my camera rig, okay, during sound check, and watched that dude run through Dear Father, which is one hell of a keyboard spot for that band. Watched him run through it on the keyboard solo, and he's just tearing it apart. And I'm like, holy crap. So for the performance, for the concert, I was actually able to climb up on the side of the stage, hold my rig up, and I was level with the keyboard like this, so you could see his hands on the keyboard as he played the intro to Dear Father and Sail Away. Kid can play, man. He's 14 and he can play. The other thing about Justin that was blowing me away was this, okay? These kids go from the time they wake up, okay? I don't want to spoil too much stuff because there's some stuff I want to say for the video, but you guys saw the post that I made on Instagram, then out of the show, where I'm like backstage and I'm just kind of scrolling. Sam's asleep in the corner. Abigail's passed out right behind me on the couch. Justin's on a laptop. Justin was doing a science project for school. Every second he wasn't doing an interview, sound check, or performing. It's the second the interview was over, he popped his headphones on and he's working. When they had to go perform, when it was time to go on stage, he's like, I'm almost done. Got it. And he goes perform. The kid is doing his homework. The kid does his home. Papa Liliac is not there to go, Justin, are you doing your homework? No, the kid is just rocking it out. Okay? And Melody, okay, here's something. Okay, so Melody's got this voice, right? And a lot of you guys hear her voice and you guys are like, yeah, she sings kind of low like Janis Joplin. Dude, in the live performances, she does these falsetto highs that I'm like, and you would think that they did it in the studio and it was just on the album. Dude, she goes way the hell up there on these ethereal falsettos in the middle of the show, and you're just like, what? Here's the cool part. I did not watch her vocally warm up. You want to know how? She does it in the morning when she wakes up. It was nuts. Not only that, but she knows that anytime she falls asleep, her throat will settle and she has to re-warm again, which takes like a long time, like a half an hour to warm up your voice. So she does it in the morning She stays warm all day. And if Sam wants to catch a nap, he can. If Abigail wants to crash, she can. Melody stays awake until showtime because she knows if she falls asleep, she will not have an amazing vocal performance. And she's desperate to make sure she has an amazing vocal performance. Humble. These kids are so humble. They are so not rock stars. They're not. There are kids who have, I don't know, 100 Instagram followers and they're vain as shit. You know what I'm talking about? There are kids out there on the internet. They have like, I don't know, one video and they're vain and pompous and jackasses, right? And adults too. These kids have millions of followers and they are so damn humble. You know how humble they are? My 12-year-old was there, okay? They don't know my kid. But they let my kid go everywhere they went. She sat with them for dinner. She hung out with them. Caroline had never been to a rock concert before, okay? So Caroline does not like loud noises, okay? So thank you, Andre. Check back and watch it later, dude. Appreciate you so much. So Caroline doesn't like loud noises and crowds. And they were doing the sound check, and they had 2 opening bands that were local bands, and they're all adults, like grizzly adults, right? Playing rock and roll and covers and stuff. And there was like that bar rock and roll crowd there, and it was kind of making Caroline feel a little awkward. Papa Liliac asked her, "Are you okay?" And she says, I'm okay, sir." And she's called him sir, which is adorable. "It's okay. I just don't like loud noises. And there's just so many people." And he goes, "Go sit with the kids. Go sit with the kids." Yeah, she doesn't like being around the smoke, weed, alcohol, the whole bar crowd, right? So she goes sit back in the green room with the kids, and she just hangs out with them. She just hangs out with them all day and all the way through the show. And they just treated her like she was like the only sibling who doesn't play an instrument. I've never been around a situation where people are that open and giving and loving to people they don't even know because they believe in what they do. So there's some videos coming up about Liliac in the next few weeks, and I cannot say enough about this band. I just cannot say enough about this family. To go out of their way for my daughter. Like they don't have enough stuff to do. Oh, and by the way, one of the videos I'm going to tell, with the video when I talk about how much they work, Papa Liliac does every freaking thing. He's in the show like 3 times, wearing disguises, and he's like sound mix. He does the whole thing. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Okay, so we left Liliac. Oh, we had pizza, hung out, sat down, just had a great time. They signed this. This is gonna go up on the wall. I got one for Jinjer too. They also, okay. I don't think Mike Dietz is here. Cool. So I can't tell you guys the story on an open video in case someone sees it, because certain people can't see this. But Liliac did something special for one of you out there that they're not going to know about till Christmas. And after Christmas, I'll tell you the story, and I'll tell you the whole story about it. They did something so amazing that when Christmas comes, I might actually tell you on Christmas. It might be part of my Christmas story. We'll do Christmas stories with Old School for Christmas, but they did something that when they did it, it was hard for me to talk about it because I kept choking up. So anyway, so Liliac was insane, and we met we met James there. We ran into quite a few people there. Yeah, it was really awesome. Okay, Saturday, Chelsea and I were going to take a quick break. We had the girls with us. We were just going to do whatever, and we went to a football game. We went to the Sun Belt Conference Championship game at UL. We went to Cajun Field. So there was 31,000 Cajuns in a football stands. You can imagine what that's like. You can't. You're not from here. It was bananas. The students rushed the field. Cajuns won the game. It was an incredible experience. Chelsea and I got home late. We were exhausted. And then she looked at me and I looked at her and said, "Oh my God, we have New Orleans tomorrow." All right. So for New Orleans, this Sunday, one of the most insane days that Chelsea and I have had together since this whole thing started. Probably one of the craziest shows we've ever been to together. Chelsea and I have been to how many concerts, Chelsea? 5, 4, 5, 6, maybe. And we've seen all kinds of bands, from folk artists to rock. Yeah. Okay. So we get to New Orleans. We're about 2:00. We're 2 hours early. We leave all the stuff, and I brought 2 vinyls. I brought 2 Wallfire vinyls to have signed, and to have those signed, and because we were going to do the meet and greet. Okay, so we go get some food at a local place across the street. You guys might have saw the Instagram post where I'm like, "What do I want for lunch?" And then I lean over and you could see the Jinjer tour bus, and I'm like, "I'm not stalking them." Okay, so we go get food. We go walk around the French Quarter. We turn a corner. There's fucking James again. That's a picture we took with him after lunch. We just turned a corner, and there was James in our face. He was just, "Hey, James." Everywhere you go, James is there. It's a little creepy, but we love James, so it's cool. So, we get our vinyls. We go get in the line for the meet and greet. While we're in the line for the meet and greet, this gentleman down here on the bottom, right here on the bottom, his name is Alex. Shout out to Alex, man. Alex and his wife, Jennifer, and their last names are the Lopez's, which means his wife's name is Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, so that's a fun one. We met them in the line for the meet and greet. We're hanging out, doing everything. And so we go through the checks, and a woman comes out from the venue. Never seen this woman in my life. Okay? She has a studded belt, skin-tight leather pants, a Suicide Silence t-shirt, pink hair down to the middle of her back, and quite a few tats. Okay? And she kind of looks like there's a wrestler for the WWE. Dana Brooke. She looks like Dana Brooke from the WWE. That's exactly what she looks like. Her shoulders, just her body. Yeah. Okay. She comes down the hall. If you go to House of Blues in New Orleans, there's an alleyway to get. You have to go through this alleyway that's decorated to get to the venue in a courtyard. She comes just jamming down this alleyway. She's like, "All right, listen up." Her name is Gigi. Okay, Gigi is the road manager for this tour. Gigi is a fucking boss. Remember how many times have I done a Jinjer reaction and I go, "Nobody scares me more than Tatiana on the planet"? Correction. Gigi scares me more than Tatiana flat off the bat. You want to know why? Because I have been this close to Gigi, and Gigi scares the shit out of me. Gigi comes down the alley, and she goes, "Okay, listen up, straight up. I'm only going to say this once," even though she repeated herself 5 times. "Listen up. If you want to see my bands, okay, gotta wear a mask. You gotta wear a mask. Okay, period. No fuck around. Gotta wear a mask. No problem. No problem." And a lot of that stems from the fact that, okay, Vlad already had COVID, and it took him out of shows. They are this close to finishing this tour. They've got 5 more shows, and they can go home. And in Europe, there's a huge panic about Omicron. It's starting to filter around here. If they can just make it through these next 5 shows, they'll be done. So I totally get it. Mask up. Then I had my 2 vinyls, and she's like, you can't bring that in here. And I'm like, are we going to have anything to sign? She goes, yes, we will give you posters to have signed, but you can't bring the vinyls. So Chelsea knew that me meeting the band was more important than her. She grabs the vinyls, grabs my keys, hauls ass back to the truck. And I'm like, oh my God, is she going to make it back? So they're all going in for the meet and greet. And I'm like, listen, guys, I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to wait for her. She's going in with me. They're like, no problem. They're totally cool with it. So they gave us these Jinjer vinyls, little VIPs, and they're numbered. You have your own number. So I was VIP 2054 of this tour, right? And Chelsea makes it back. She gets her laminate, her VIP laminate. We go in the back, and they give us each posters. Okay, these are the posters here. Okay. And they sign the posters. Okay, we go to this table that you can see, right? So you walk up to this table, you hand them the posters, they sign the posters, okay? You can't stand behind them. You can stand to the side, either side of the table. Now, a lot of people would be like, well, why are they doing this? Why don't they want to be like, more hands-on? Because, guys, they're this close to being done. One of them has already gotten COVID, and they just want to make it out of town. I mean, and look, when I tell you, we met some people in line. Trish and David. Was it? Yeah, Trish and David, right? They're from St. Louis, Missouri. Okay, check this out. This couple is on vacation. You know what they do for their 2-week vacation? They have followed Jinjer. They followed Jinjer the last 5 shows. The last 5 Jinjer shows, they've been to all of them. They've literally followed this band. They've been to 5 meet and greets, 5 VIPs that were right in front of us, and they were telling us that the band would love to hang out with you, spend time, take pictures, whatever. However, the tour has been crazy for them, and they only have a finite amount of time to get through all the cities. So it's nonstop. In fact, the band gets 1 day off a week if they're lucky. In fact, Tatiana posted her little thing. She said, 5 minutes of freedom. And she was running through the Riverwalk, scaring pigeons in New Orleans because she was able to leave they kind of have kind of a compound, kind of a little safe bubble to keep them. Because if you go from city to city to city to city, and you have people, the odds of being exposed to COVID, even with negative tests and vaccination cards and the whole 9 yards, is just too high. So everybody in the line for VIP is like, hey, they're giving me something to sign, I'm fine. So Chelsea got a poster, I got a poster, and I told you guys that we were going to give away signed vinyls on the 1 year anniversary stream. No, can't. You're still going to get the vinyl. But inside the vinyl, we're putting those signed posters. Still good, right? Okay. So they signed our posters. Okay, you guys are going to get them. So, aha, Keith. That's right, Keith. So that's right, Keith. When you said his name, I was like, that can't be right, because I just talked to him last night, and I thought it was Keith. We'll talk about Keith in a video, because actually, Keith is getting me the names of all the volunteers from Friday shows so I can give them shout outs during the video that I'm making. Anyway, let's get back to the meet and greet. So we get up there. Chelsea says, hey, I know they're your favorite band, so I'm going to let you talk. This motherfucker here goes up to the table and just starts asking them every question. How do you guys like Louisiana? You having a good time? Da-da-da-da. She's just like, I want to meet the band. And she's just like, and hey, Eugene's like, we love Louisiana. We wish you could be here all the time. And she's just having this chat up with Eugene, and I'm like, that's my favorite bass player on the planet. And are you trying to get his number or what? Anyway, so she swings over. She's talking to Tati and Roman. Okay, so I go up to Vlad and I say, Vlad, you are my favorite jazz drummer who's not even a drummer. And Eugene starts laughing because he knows that Vlad is not a drummer. You guys know that, right? Vlad is not a drummer. Vlad is a pianist. He's a classically trained piano player who just learned the drums to help to join the band. Right? So I said, and so I walk, and then as he's signing and I walk around to his left side, Eugene goes, you know, you're the only guy who reacted to my bass playthrough. I appreciate that, man. He remembered. He knew who I was. He remembered that I did a reaction to his bass playthrough. Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, he remembered who I was. These guys, they see thousands of people every day. And he just remembered that I did a reaction to his bass playthrough on Jinjer's, on the Napalm channel that Jinjer has for their stuff. He did a bass playthrough of a song, and he remembers that I made fun of his shorts because he was wearing green Hawaiian shorts while playing the bass, and I thought it was hilarious. And he says, I'm not wearing shorts today, and I was like, cool, dude. And that's the last thing he told me before, we did the horns. But he goes, I'm not wearing my shorts today. I said, yeah, you look good in pants. He goes, haha. And that was it. Now, for those who don't know, if you meet Jinjer, know that Roman speaks pretty good English. Eugene speaks amazing English. Tatiana speaks great English. Vlad probably won't say a lot. He tries, but he tries. So that was the meet and greet. They let us all go put our posters in our cars and come back. They put us in a line with all the other VIPs, and then they had a VIP meet and greet for Suicide Silence. And I had never met Suicide Silence before. I haven't done a reaction to any of their stuff before. By the way, I'm going to be doing one very soon. And I hadn't met All Hail the Yeti, but Suicide Silence had a meet and greet. So they had, I think they had like 20, 25 people go for that meet and greet. And then as soon as that was over, all the VIPs were able to hang out at the bar, which is in the picture where we're doing this, and they had drinks and stuff. And then they let us go. And then we went upstairs. Now, the pictures I was taking last night, Chelsea and I upgraded our seats to be on the rail. And Alex and his wife, this guy right here, Alex and Jennifer Lopez, they got the seats next to us. Now, here's where it gets crazy weird. Okay? I knew that some of you were coming to meet me. Like this kilted badass with the beard. I knew he was coming with his daughters. I knew James was downstairs in the mosh pit. I knew that was happening. I had just met Alex. So I knew all that. I knew all that was going on. What I didn't know was the number of people that would see me on the rail upstairs, come upstairs and go, hey, Old School. And I'm like, who are you? I'm like, I thought I was in trouble. This guy here, met him last night, Marine Corps veteran. I thanked him for his service. I posted this picture on Instagram thanking him for his service. He found me through the 5-finger death punch, wrong side of heaven. He said it touched his heart. I said, thank you, sir. It touched my heart. We're in this together. Just another Marine Corps brother that I met, even though I was in the Army. He's still my brother. Met this guy at the end of the show. He was super excited. He was downstairs. Okay, the show's done. He's downstairs amidst all the trash and just a few people downstairs. And he's like, Old School. And I was like, dude, don't move. And I went downstairs and met him, took pictures with him, because if you're going to shout out to me in the middle of a venue, I'm going to come find you. And I want to tell you one more story, and then I'm going to talk about the show. Yes. This stream is going to be posted as a video. This guy right here, he's from Homa, okay? This guy here, and I just met him, so I'm trying to remember. Once, as I talk to you guys more, I'll learn your names. I don't learn names right off the bat. I have to associate you with something either funny, horrible, or crazy, and then I never forget your name. Like Rob. Anyway, so Okay. I talked about Liliac a bit, but Christy, please know that as soon as this stream is over, I'm gonna upload it as a video, and I talk about Liliac in the beginning. So yeah, because they were Friday. This is Sunday now. Oh, okay. Christy, okay. Yeah. Yeah. When I talk about Christy's another one of those people. Christy, when you get to the part where I talk about the mega fans, the people who are not just people that go to the shows, they volunteer, they help, they literally walk up to Papa Liliac and go, what can I do? How can I help? Do you need me to go get food for the kids? Do you need me? Christy's one of those people. Christy's one of those people. So everyone in the chat, tell Christy thank you for, supporting Liliac. I mean, she's one of the people. I mean, she knows. She know it. And Christy, when you rewind and watch the beginning of this, you're going to realize how important everything was Friday night, how much I was blown away. And you're one of the people. You're definitely one of the people. Actually, Christy actually asked me. Christy asked Chelsea and I, because we were trying to do some stuff, and she was like, do you want me to watch Caroline for you? And we're like, no, she's good. Because we just didn't know. It was like, no, we're okay. She's trying to help out. But that's they don't even know you. And they're like, we're there because it's Liliac. It's family. Let's do it. Okay, so, let's talk about I just want to talk about, no. You're one of 5, you're one of the people that asked to help. I know that for a fact. You have to understand, Christy, I can't even see your picture. No, that wasn't me, hun. See, here's the thing. I know your face because I can see your picture. Okay. Okay. Now I know who she is. Now I know who she is. Okay. I get it now. I'm sorry. I know who you are. Okay. Here we go. No, look, okay. We're going to get there, Rao. We're going to get there, Rao. Okay. It was Chelsea's first wall of death ever. So we're going to get to it. It's too important to mess up. Okay. So this guy here, okay, this is the funniest one, okay? He's from Houma, Louisiana, okay? So Chelsea and I are sitting on a rail, okay? If you've ever been to House of the Blues, if you're facing the stage, there's a balcony that wraps around facing the stage. And there's railing seats on either side and one in the back. So if you're facing, if you guys are Jinjer, right? Let's say, okay, I'm just going to, you know what? Let me do this. Watch. Let me just. We have room now. Okay, so let's say all of you are Jinjer. You're looking at me. You're looking at, okay, this is the bar back. The whole crowd's here. Up above, there's another bar back and a group of seats with people standing behind. I'm here. I'm halfway down. There's nobody on either side of me. Chelsea's next to me. Alex is next to me. We're both taking pictures and stuff. Okay, and wait, this guy's right here facing Jinjer. Him and his wife are at the very end on the last corner seats. And Chelsea sees him. Okay, Christy, I know what you mean now. But then, hold on. If you weren't there, okay, Chelsea, tell me if I'm wrong, but her button looks like one of the women that was at the show. The blonde. Remember the blonde that came up to us and asked us if she could watch Caroline? So I'm looking. Yeah. See, because I look at your picture and all I see is that the blonde hair and stuff. And I thought you were. Doesn't matter. Right? So, Christy, I'm wrong, but I'm wrong for the best reason. You're still one of the greats. Okay, so this guy and his wife are sitting on the back of that railing, and I'm just watching the show, not paying attention. And Jennifer and Chelsea are talking, and Chelsea taps me on the shoulder, and she's like, "Oh my God, that guy knows who you are." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "No, you don't understand. He is literally, look, he's on his phone. He's looking up your channel to show his date. We didn't know it was his wife at the time. But he's like, well, to show his date who you are. He's been talking about you for like the last 5 minutes. And I'm looking at his wife, and his wife's like, I don't give a fuck who this guy is. I'm here to watch the show. Right? So I lean over the rail and I wave to her, and she's like, oh. And I'm like, get your husband. So she pokes him, and when he looks up, I go, you, come here. So he comes around, I meet him, and I'm like, look, dude, I appreciate that you're a member of the family. I appreciate you following me on YouTube. Thank you for being a part of my community. Go pay attention to your fucking date. He goes, oh, it's my wife. Then go pay attention to your wife and ignore me, please. So we took a picture. Totally cool guy. He's like, dude, go pay attention to your wife. You can say hi to me, but she don't give a shit. Right? I mean, come on. Okay, so all right. So we get there, and I want to explain a few things. The House of Blues is a very old. It's a 200-year-old building, right? It's a tiny venue, and the acoustics are horrible. That room is the most echoey room I've ever been in my life, and expect to listen to live music. And the building is higher than it is wider. So that sound bounces all the way up. So anyone who's trying to sing, for instance, Tatiana, she's going to be drowned out by the sound of the bass guitar and drums echoing back and forth. So if you're expecting perfect acoustics, you're not going to get it at the House of Blues in New Orleans. But what you will get is a loud as shit show where every single person in the room is no further than 30 feet from the artist. The furthest place you can stand in that room is 30 feet away. So you're like, whoop. All Hell the Yeti comes out. These guys come out in warrior paint like the Feuerschwanz video we just watched a few minutes ago. They walk out. They have wild ass hair, beards. They've got deer antlers and vines and flowers and shit all over their gear. They get up there, and I cannot tell you a single song. I can't tell you a single word that was sung except for one song, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But they were so loud, and they were so incredibly alive. Okay? They brought an energy, and because they're so close to the fans, it was intimate, but they were loud, aggressive, and awesome. Hey, Greg, how's it going? So, here's the thing. I don't know any of All Hail the Yeti songs, and I will be doing a reaction to All Hail the Yeti because they deserve that shit for sure. They were amazing. Look, it's a lot of bang, 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 bang. I mean, it is a lot of... Now, Suicide Silence, if All Hail the Yeti is boom, boom, and the crowd is just like this, Suicide Silence is boom, 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 boom. I mean, two different tempos, both of them very loud, very aggressive. One is more of a tactical, progressive hit, and Suicide Silence is just fucking rapid, punching you in the face. So, All Hail the Yeti's getting ready to finish out, and All Hail the Yeti does one song. I'm coming out of the restroom. I had to take a wicked piss. Oh my God. I drank so many Dr. Peppers. So come out of the bathroom, and all I hear him going, this song is dedicated to my ex-girlfriend. And then they start singing Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead. Metal version. And it gets aggressive and horrible. And the things he wishes would happen to her, I can't repeat on YouTube. But when I got back to my seat, Chelsea looked at me and I looked at her, and we just started laughing because it was ridiculous. All hail the Yeti. If you get a chance to see him, bring some earplugs and get ready to just be like, you know what? Chelsea will remember this. I know she can't hear me because she couldn't hear me last night, but at the end of their set, I did this. Because that's exactly what I was like, what just happened? So, okay. Anyways, it's true. So they start tearing everything down. The guys from Suicide Silence are setting up their stuff. So as the actual band, Suicide Silence, is setting up their own stuff, people are recognizing them, they're getting amped up. So the crowd is getting amped up. And so they're totally amped, right? I go down to meet Keith because I saw him downstairs. I meet Keith, shake his hand, he goes sit down. Halfway coming up, they start playing Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. Just the album version. And this crowd screams the whole song. It was like Wayne's World, but instead of the band in a Pinto, it was 1,000 people in a Pinto, because that's how small the room is, singing Bohemian Rhapsody. Chelsea has video of it. I have video of it. And it was the intro song for Suicide Silence. So when they go, at the end of the song, when they go, any way the wind blows, and when it would be normally the gong, Suicide Silence kicks in. Holy crap. I will be playing that video. I will have that video. I will do a reaction to it. Eddie and the guys from Suicide Squad. Here's Eddie, by the way. Their songs were an onslaught. There was an immediate change in the crowd. It went from that heavy downbeat metal that All Hail the Yeti was doing to an assault of rhythmic proportions that made half the crowd immediately erupt into a mosh. At this point, I want to mention two people. And I will show you their pictures later when I get them all processed. The first guy looked like an Amish grandfather. He had a beard down to his belly, white shirt, suspenders, black pants. He literally looked Amish. 100%. Hold on. I'm going to give everybody... let me pull it up real quick, guys. I'm going to pull up a link for the Discord so everyone can join the Discord. Because I usually don't have that in there. I'm going to go ahead and pull one up real quick, Chels. So this guy, this dude looked completely Amish. And there's nothing wrong with being Amish. It's just funny to watch an Amish dude. Thanks, Chels. Never mind. This Amish dude is sitting on a bar stool at a table in a VIP section downstairs, almost all the way at the front. And he's watching Suicide Silence and All Hail the Yeti. He's like, just like that. And I'm like, somebody ban We Can Do It. So he yeah, thanks for coming out. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, we actually do that here. Yeah, I'm gonna do one better for you, buddy. I'm gonna do one better for you. Okay. Now you're gone permanently. Okay, so don't ruin it for everyone else, because everyone else wants to be here. Take your negativity somewhere else. So this dude's rocking. Okay, after the show, Chelsea and I go downstairs. We go up to him. We're like, dude, you are the coolest guy I've ever seen in my life. Do you like this music? He goes, I love this music. Come to find out, this guy, this old grandpa Amish looking motherfucker in the bottom, goes to every metal show in the House of Blues. It doesn't matter who the artist is. If they bring metal, he's there. He goes, I go to like 2 or 3 shows a week. What? That's his table. He's like a member of the Founders Club. So he puts like big money. Anyway, so no, check that guy out. Dude, if you go to a metal show at the House of Blues, face the stage, look to the left. In the bar stools around the tables in the VIP area, if you see that grandpa with the beard, the white beard with the suspenders, go up there and say, you're the man. Because that dude is there. Metal Gramps is there every show. I was like, what? Oh my God. Yes, Sith Spit, I talked about you. You just weren't here at the time. So I talked about the guy with the kilt and the beard right here. Talked about all you guys before I started talking about the bands. Talked about you guys before I talked about the show. So the other guy I want to tell you about, there's this guy, right? He's down in the middle of the mosh, right? He's 4 rows of people, about 3 to 4 bodies back from the stage, right? And you can see him. Everybody that was on the second level can see this guy. Why? Because he's roughly the size of a Volkswagen Bug, but he's a guy. His shoulders have got to be this wide, right? He's wearing a blue shirt. I looked to see if it said this. It didn't. He doesn't know who I am. Bald head. This dude is at least 350 to 400 pounds. Easy. Monster of a guy. In front of him is, I'm assuming, his daughter and definitely his wife or girlfriend. And he has them in front of him, and they're rocking out to all the shows. His entire job is to be the Hoover fucking Dam of the mosh pit, right? This dude does this, and the mosh pit is just going, and every time they fall into him, he goes, boom, boom. And that's it. Boom. And then when it came time for the Wall of Death, which, okay, Eddie gets up there and he's like, New Orleans, do you know what time it is? Wall of Death. Okay, so they turn on the house lights. The wall opens up. Now there's about 3 rows of people, and the Wall of Death stops at that big giant guy. The Wall of Death happens. It is insane because you see walls of death that are huge, but this is a tiny room. So it's only about 50, 75 people in this Wall of Death, but the room's so small, you're still like, holy crap. When that Wall of Death hits, it shoves that 400-pound dude about 3 feet forward towards the stage. He wraps his giant arms around his wife and just does this. And covers her head. And look, there's bodies all over him, and she's underneath his arms, and the little girl that was standing next to her goes underneath her. Dude, that was, oh my God, dude. And then afterwards, every time the mosh pit would get worse and worse, he would do this. He would put his arm up like this, face the mosh pit, put his arm on top of his wife's shoulders, and every time somebody would come near him, he would do this. And they would go flying. Dude, it was so funny to watch him. Oh my God, it was so much fun. Suicide Silence. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 crowd surfers. That went pretty cool. Favorite part of Suicide Silence. The second to last song. They did Drown in. They did the beginning of Blind. They did the intro to Blind from shit. Why am I blinking right now? They did Blind from Korn. Duh. And then they went to I Hate Everyone. Right into it. So Eddie, there's about 2-foot gap from the stage to the black barricade railing to separate the crowd. And they have two guys, one on each side of the stage as security in that gap. Eddie steps over the gap, puts one foot on the railing, and then takes his other foot off the stage. He's now standing on the railing, and the guy that's closest to him immediately does this. Puts his arm straight up, grasps, like they lock hands like they're brothers, like they do that. He's holding on to Eddie's hand like this, and Eddie's just got him locked. And Eddie's doing this, and he's just and he's right there. And look, another security guy that was working outside before comes running into the gap, and immediately puts his hand on Eddie's ass to make sure he doesn't fall back into the gap. And Eddie's he's wobbling because the grate's wobbling, but he's hanging in there. And then finally, he screams, "Fuck it," and he dives off the railing back into the crowd. Now, when he does this, the two guys on the end have no idea what to do. But I guess the head of security jumped that railing that fast, got right behind Eddie, got up underneath him and lifted him up and walked him, and literally jumped the railing again, put his hands up so Eddie's butt and his back wouldn't fall into the gap, to where when Eddie went down, he landed both feet right on the stage. When he spun around, the guy went to leave, and Eddie was patting him on the back like, "Thanks, bro," because he was like, I don't know what it would. Yeah, it would have been bad. So Suicide Silence, they finished their set. I go up to look at their merch and stuff. Eddie comes out the door, and he's right there. And this is where it gets weird. Do you know what Eddie does when he's not touring? When he's just hanging out on days off? You know what he does? He watches reaction videos on YouTube. Guess what he looks at me and says? He looks at me and he goes, "Bro, when you go do one of us?" I went, tomorrow? "Yeah!" And he's like, "Take a picture with me." And so he's like, "Oh." I'm like, oh. And I'm like, I've never been so scared in my life. That dude scared the shit out of me. I was like, so he literally comes up to me and goes, "Dude, you got to do one of us. I hope it helps your channel out." I'm like, "Okay, Eddie, you got it, bro." And he's like, "Take a picture." I was like, "Dude, this is my first time ever seeing you guys. This was the craziest shit I've ever seen." He goes, "Awesome, that's what we were going for. Hey, I got to take a shower." I said, "Awesome, make sure you wash your ass." He goes, "Yeah." And he knuckle bumps me, and he goes through the door. And that's when I met Eddie. He just goes, "YouTube?" I'm like, "Yeah." "When are you going to do one of us?" Tomorrow?" "Awesome. Take a picture with me." I mean, come on, who does that? He grabs me. I grab my camera trying to take a picture. That's as good as it got. I couldn't get a better picture with him. And he's like, "Okay, dude, I got to go get a shower." And I told him to wash his ass. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. So after that, Jinjer comes on. Okay, those who want to know, I'm going to go ahead and give you the list right quick. Call Me a Symbol on the top. Then they go to Pit of Consciousness. And then they did I Speak Astronomy. By the way, Ape, I Speak Astronomy were really, there weren't a lot of Pit of Consciousness, Ape, Retrospection, and I Speak Astronomy were really the only ones that were older. They didn't do Pisces. They didn't do Who's Gonna Be the One. They finished out with they did Ape, Perennial, Teacher, Wallflower, I Boil Ice, Mediator, and then their encore was of course Vortex. Okay, there's something going on. If you haven't seen Jinjer yet, and you're planning on seeing Jinjer, and you're watching my stream right now, please listen to what I'm about to tell you. More than anything I could ever tell you, and I hope you share this with anyone that says, "Hey, I'm going to go see Jinjer in these last 5 shows." Listen to what I'm telling you. Stop throwing shit at Tatiana on stage. Seriously. They are traveling day in and day out. And look, I get it. Suicide Silence just amped everybody up. Right? They are going, by the time Suicide Silence is done, you are losing your mind. You just want to fight a motherfucker. I get that. I totally get it. But in Nashville, Tatiana comes out. Somebody throws a cup of beer through the crowd, hits her in the side of the head, gets beer in her ear and on her in-ears, which shorted it out. She got through the rest of the song, got really angry, went to the side, got a new headset, came out and finished the show. That was the night before last. Okay, that was Saturday night or Friday night. Sunday night, they do the first song. They get to the second song. Here comes a cup of ice and either beer or water flying through the air, hits her, like misses her shoulder by about that much. And then, misses her shoulder about that far. And then hits her playlist and it just soaks the playlist on the ground. And she looks at it. She looks up at the crowd. She does this. The second she did that, we're up on the top and I see Gigi in the wing of the stage. I can see her. Because if you're looking at the stage, Eugena's on this side, Tatiana, Vlad's in the back, Roman's here. This is the side stage. And I can see the side stage. Gigi is standing right there like this. Like she's about to yank them off the stage if any more shit goes on. By the time they're done with the second show, okay, so what I'm saying is they already hit her once in Chicago. They missed her by this much in New Orleans. And then 3 more times, people threw cups from the back of the room and landed in the security pit or in the first 2 rows, but didn't get to the stage. Guys, if you keep doing that kind of shit, you're going to ruin it for someone. If you're on the next few shows that Jinjer has, this has happened in 2 shows in a row. If this happens in Florida or in some of the other shows they have, or in Phoenix, and she gets hit with something, I'm telling you, Gigi's going to stop that shit and she will lock that shit down and you're going to miss out. Do not throw shit at Tatiana. There's no reason for it. She hasn't done anything to you. Go fuck yourself. Okay, the other thing, if you're gonna video, okay, look, I'm gonna show you a quick tutorial. If you're gonna video a concert, okay, go into your video settings, okay? In your video settings, no matter which phone you're using, there's this little thing up here that says on, off, and auto. Turn that shit off. That's your light, okay? And I'm not joking. Okay, like a lot of us are doing this, right? I mean, I'm doing it. I'm hanging it off the rail, so I'm not impeding anybody's vision. I can see what I have mine behind the rail, so I can see the picture, but it's not showing to anyone else. I'm getting what I need for the channel, and that's it, right? There were people in the first 4 rows on the floor doing this shit. Filming Roman right in his fucking face the whole time. After the second song, Roman couldn't see anything. So he calls Gigi over. Gigi comes on the stage. He's lividly pissed. So she goes out. She gets one of the biggest dudes I've ever seen in my life. He comes out with a flashlight, a Beamer flashlight, and he literally shines a light on the people that have their cameras up with the flashlight on, flashing in their face and doing this. If you don't know how to film without a flash or know how to work your phone to where the flash doesn't come on, don't pick up your goddamn phone. Just don't do it. It sucks, man. Okay? So, anyway, after that was over, that was on the second song. The show was incredible, okay? If you have epilepsy, do not go to this shit. I'm just warning you. If you or anyone in your family has epilepsy, this is not the concert for you. I am so sorry. There's so much There's so many graphics. They have so many light kits. They have so many auto point lights. They have LED boomers. They have black lights that make her eye makeup glow. You can see it across the room. Okay? They've got so many patterns going through. It is amazing, the light show. Also, if you're lucky, you're going to see it at a venue that has good acoustics, so you're going to hear her voice better. We were at the House of Blues, so it wasn't. And so a lot of it you heard was Vlad hitting the snare. That was very loud. And anytime Eugene would do a pluck pull, you'd hear a boom. But other than that, her voice was a little bit lower than the ambient noise of the music. That's an acoustic problem with the building. Nothing to do with the band. And then at the end of the show, they wished everyone thank you. Tatiana is struggling vocally right now. Okay? Now, what I'm saying is she still sounds perfect. And I mean perfect. She sounds as good as she is on any of their albums. However, she does grab her throat a little bit. She can tell that her voice is getting dry on stage. It's been a long tour. So if you get to see this band in the next few weeks, show her love. Show her lots of love. Because she's out there. And I mean every growl, every belting harmonic note, every falsetto. Dude, it is amazing. Trying to remember, oh God, afterwards we, see here, yeah, you don't have to worry about that guy. He's gone. And so, we, we had, afterwards, we had a good time, met a bunch of people downstairs, and we left. Got out to the car, got home, and that was the end of it. If you get to see Jinjer, All Hail the Yeti, and Suicide Silence, do it. If you get a chance. They've got a few shows left. Jump on it if you get a chance. Yeah. They're really good live. Another thing is, it's just the way they do the rhythms and stuff. Okay, one last thing that I noticed, that this is my Tank the Tech doppelganger thing, where I try to pretend I'm Tank the Tech for a second. Vlad's kit is crazy. If you like drums, check out any of the videos. Check out the kit he plays on live on stage. All of his cymbals are tilted slightly forward in front of him. Instead of back at him, they're in front of him forward. It's just the way he likes to play. His hi-hat is not up on him. It's down below his knees, if he's facing forward, it's just to the left of his kick drum. So if you're looking at his kick drum, his hi-hat is right here next to the kick drum on the floor, and you can see it going. Yeah, it's nowhere near him. He's bouncing it. It's the craziest crap I've ever seen. It was cool. Okay, so that was my weekend. We've talked about it for a little bit. We're an hour and 15 minutes, kind of where I wanted to do. So I just want to tell you guys, there are more videos coming about everything that's going on. Like I said, if you get a chance to see Liliac, do it. They are not a gimmick. They are really, really good live. They are really good live. I can honestly say that they are probably better performing live than some of their videos. Because in a video, you just see a bunch of kids playing a song. And it's a good song, but you still see the kids. When you see them live, you're like, these are not kids. These are artists, and they're damn good. Especially Sam. Holy shit, Sam's one hell of a guitarist. Check out, hey, G-Man, tell him I said hi. If you see Jinjer, and even once Jinjer goes home, if you get a chance to see Suicide Silence, All Hail the Yeti, that's an experience. If you've never been to a death metal show, Suicide Silence, worth the run. Definitely check it out. To everyone that I met this weekend, to all of you that joined me out there, to all of you I ran into, to all of you who I did run into, thank you so much. You guys made this weekend so amazing. Love all of you guys. Tonight, D&D stream, we're going to be playing the game. Tomorrow, I have 2 more reactions. Look out for this weekend. We've got some more reactions going on through this week. This Saturday, my 1-year anniversary live stream starts at 11 a.m. Central Time, U.S. It's going to go probably through most of the afternoon. We're not going to do the drawings for the big 3 contest prizes until the very end, so don't worry. You're going to get a chance. Just come on and try to sign in to qualify for these things. I love all you guys. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to go. I got to get ready. Olivia's coming home. We got home last night. She's not feeling well. I'm going to take her to the clinic here in a few minutes. So we finished this up just in time. Again, my name is Old School Nerd. I am old, but you're never too old to meet amazing people in New Orleans for a show. To all of you in Baton Rouge, I met for Liliac. Thank you so much. To all of you in that chat channel right now, I love every single one of you. All you got to do, if you have any questions, just send me an Instagram. Come over on Patreon, Discord, comment, send some stuff. Appreciate all of you. Chelsea and I can't thank you guys enough. We were talking about it on the way home. How amazing it is that we've met all you guys. This has been something we never thought it would be, and it has become something that's part of our lives. A year ago, what happened this weekend would have been a fantasy, and you guys made it real. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next time. I'm going to post this up for people to watch. And hey, if you just want to give me shit in chat, go ahead. Remember, there's a lot of people in that chat that'll ban you. Yeah, they have a lot less patience than I do. That's why they're my friends.